It's a special place to be in, and it's even more special to drive.
Bathurst, mate, it's the greatest track in the world, I think.
You're making your journey here to the mountain. The moment you see that Mount Panorama sign in the distance, the hairs stand up on the back of the neck.
It's a dangerous track, it's exciting. So really I think it's the pinnacle, it's the biggest challenge in Australia.
It's a dream, it's a pleasure, and it's a lot of fun to be here at one of the greatest tracks, not just in Australia, but also the world. Sure, so we're car 23 in the invitational class. The reason we're here is, first of all, we all love motorsport. We're a bunch of great friends, and we've all grown up together. So between the three of us in the car, John McLeverty, Brad Zacher, and myself, we've all grown up, first of all, with cars, racing go-karts, off-road racing, and also production and touring car type cars. They're all somewhat similar, and in terms of this particular car, it's it's competitive, relatively easy to drive as long as you drive it within its limits and take care of it, the brakes and all the other components in the tyres.
Oh look, I've wanted to come here all my life and get into saloon cars last year, so good opportunity, and got a few races under my belt, got off my P's, and the aim was to get here today, so really excited to be here. Oh look, I'm excited, I'm pumped. The car feels really good. Myself and Paula are driving really well together. We're pretty well matched in the car, so I think both of us are fairly new to the mountain, and I'm really looking forward to getting some, a couple of hours in the car and really getting lap times down and getting a bit of rhythm happening. So we're pumped. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely like to thank Craig and Matt down at Tyres Plus in Burleigh Heads. Those guys did a great job setting the car up for me. I'd like to thank ry.com.au for their main sponsorship of the car, and
For the last 5 years, been racing HQ Holden, just in the New South Wales State Championship with mixed results, a couple of wins here and there. This thing, I've done a bit of sports sedan racing here and there, but there's a new kettle of fish this weekend, a pretty big stage, about the 6 hour, and that's pretty much, we're just having a go, mate. Well, the car's been faultless so far, really. We just had a ball so far. This is all new to me and Warren. Coming to Bathurst, biggest event we've ever done in our lives, so we're just really looking forward to getting the day started.
Yeah, it's been a steep learning curve for us. I raced here in 2015. We wound up to be a pretty wet weekend. We had 3 4-lap races essentially, and only 4 of them were in the dry, so not a whole heap of experience coming here, but thankfully we've got a lot of practice time, which has been great to acclimatise ourselves to the track. Chris Donnelly, who's partnering with me, he's only raced here once as well, and neither of us have ever done an enduro, so it's been a steep learning curve. There's a lot of corners here to get to know. There's 23 of the things, so we're slowly getting there. We qualified P3 then in class, which is great, but in many ways qualifying doesn't mean a whole heap tomorrow, so we'll be trying to go the distance, trying to go the 6 hour mark and see that checkered flag, and if we do that, that'll be mission accomplished.
I got an email from Colby. Initially I said I couldn't do it because I was so busy with other things in my life, but and I put Colby onto Shane, my brother-in-law from Aston Air Conditioning. Basically, Shane got back to me, had spoken to Luke, and said, "Chris, you're driving the car," which I was very humbled by this opportunity. So basically, I couldn't be here without Shane from Aston Air Conditioning.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the family support I've had from our family business, so Property Mastermind particularly. Aston Martin Air Conditioning here, they've been a big supporter as well. Hoffman Kelly as well, a accountancy firm we've done a lot of work with. Tony Hoffman there, the director, he's taken great interest in this race, he's financially supported us, but sadly he passed away a few weeks ago, so for my part at least, I'm racing this weekend in memory of him. So they're the key people we'd like to thank.
This is my second 6 hour. Last year I actually didn't get to jump in the car because we had a couple of engine issues throughout the race, but this year it looks like we've ironed out those issues and ready to rumble.
Yeah, quite relaxed. Our preparation this year has been better than last year. We got fresh diff, fresh gearbox, fresh engine. The car looks good. Got the miles on the board in the car as it is, and everything seems to be running good.
Oh, it's great. It's great. We do everything as a family, being a family sport for us. So with having the mum and dad here, and then and our other brother as a crew chief as well, it's great having everybody together.
The sort of car that I like to drive, to get it going really quick, you've got to rag it. Had a bit of a moment up across the top yesterday, up through McPhillamy there, which I thought our weekend was over. Opened my eyes up and it was facing the right way, so I was a little bit lucky, more arse than class, I think.
Just the amount of track time. It's good value for money. We did it last year in Lindsay's car and managed to come home with a trophy, and just really enjoyed the weekend with all the guys, the crew we brought away, and a good bunch of people, so yeah, why not do it again? And running the endurance races adds the extra element. It might not be the balls out racing where you're rubbing panels and all that sort of stuff. It adds the extra element of strategy and looking after the car and getting to the end, which I've never done too much of, so yeah.
The car's excellent. It's really nice and smooth and quick. Just a lot more competition this year. There's like 7 or 8 of us, and everybody's sort of like been getting their stuff together. So the last time we were on the track, everybody was doing pretty well. I think we sort of like got to run our own pace, not let anyone get too far ahead. And they might all get a free kick whenever there's a yellow flag or something, and next thing you look and see them only 2 cars behind. So we really got to get the car to last, not put too much effort on it, ask too much of it, and get to the end.
All we want to do is get towards the end. Last year we sort of finished up in about an hour and 45 minutes. We had an engine issue. All we want to do is run our own race today, and if we get somewhere near the 6 hour mark, a result will come.
There's an old saying, the best race, the winner's at the slowest pace. So the 6 hour race, it's you can sprint it during the different sections as the race evolves, but it's all about you got to be there at the end to be able to participate. You got to be there at the end to win. So it's really about taking care of the car, keeping it in a competitive position, and then in the last hour or two, seeing where you sit versus the competition, and then rolling out a more aggressive strategy.
been a very stressful, hard day. From about lap 3, we've had the clutch slipping, so we've been trying to manage that all day, which we seem to get on top of, and then, well, not on top of, but we managed with it. And then in my last stint, out of nowhere, third gear's gone a bit funny, so we've lost it. So we were just trying to get around in fourth and fifth gear. Still managed to get back onto the lead lap for the class. And Lindsay's jumped in, and then for whatever reason the battery's exploded. So we've just thrown another one in and sent him out just to get to the end. But yeah, it's been a pretty tough day.
It was unfortunate for Luke. He was just being too kind, and the Toyota 86 was a bit pushy. And he just moved out of the way when maybe he shouldn't have. And it's just, you're going so fast up there, you stick it offline a little bit and you're gone. The crew did a fantastic job fixing the car. There was a fair bit of work to do there, and we lost 18 laps. That was the killer. So unfortunately, we've had a couple of stints since then, and our pace has been fantastic. So I just pretty much stroked the car along, and wanted to give Luke a nice car for the last stint, and he's just knocked out the fastest saloon car lap for the race. So it's just what could have been, I guess. We had something for him, no doubt. So never know. Next year, we'll see how we go. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Just to get the opportunity to drive a race car around Bathurst, nearly on the limit, and they're such fantastic cars. The saloon cars are really good to drive, nicely balanced. The brakes work pretty well, so it's amazing. Some of the cars that we were able to keep up with and stay in front of in this race was brilliant.
Look, I'm stoked that we finished. The car has been up, it's been smashed in every panel, but hey, it still resembles an 80 car. So yeah, look, I'm really happy. We got to the end. It was a big race, a couple of big stacks, but great. We kept going and going.
Third in class, yeah. How do I feel? Not too good. I think a bit dehydrated and just did that double stint at the end. But the front boys got some pace. The boys have been up here before, so we've got a little bit of work to do. But to come away third, not a scratch on the car, not even one mark. So yeah, we can't complain. I mean, everyone thinks they got the best opportunity. Based on the number of cars, we're aiming for a podium, and that happened. So everyone's pretty happy with that.
2 endurance races at Bathurst, 2 podiums. I couldn't be happier. I'm absolutely knackered. It was a little bit tricky the last hour and a bit. We ran out of third gear, and then we lost fifth gear there sort of in the last 15 minutes. Still doing pretty good times. The boys did a fantastic job with strategy, quick pit stops, no delays. Apart from the gearbox, car was faultless. Very happy.
Pretty good. Everything sort of went our way. We got a drive-through penalty for a driver misunderstanding, but anyway, in the end we ended up on the podium, so that was good. We stuck to the plan pretty well. We sort of worked everything in reverse from the finish backwards, and we knew what we could do and how far we could go on stops, so it all sort of worked out pretty well.
Big thanks to our amazing crew, Sean Rose, the Kevin Rudd fan, and BC, Herbie, Ryan, and our good buddy. Thanks, lads. You guys are amazing. Well done. This is your win, along with Zooms.
Yeah, no, it was a great day by all. We had a plan where we just poke around and try and stay out of trouble, and I think that's what we did. Most of the time. We ran out of brakes towards the end, but I think everybody did. But it was a good day. The car was faultless, thanks to Trevor and Herbie and all the boys. John's preparation was first class, and as usual, he did a double stint at the start, so he made all the young blokes look silly. So he's still got it in the old fox. So I'm very pleased to be involved in the team, and I think we did a reasonable job for a bunch of rookies that have never really been here.